Hi everyone, and welcome to your Niagara News Update for Tuesday, November the 22nd, brought to you by bulletnewsniagara.ca and ikfadtv.com. I'm Annie Sylvester. Let's start things off with a look at the weather from Environment Canada. Cloudy skies and rainy early this evening with precipitation accumulating to 30 millimeters. Winds from the northeast at 40 kilometers per hour, gusting to 60, a low of +4. Taking a look forward into Wednesday, things will clear up with winds from the north at 30 kilometers per hour with a high of 7 in Niagara Falls. For your complete weather details, go to bulletnewsniagara.ca. Niagara Falls Mayor Jim Diodati will pitch the Nick Will Lend Wire Walk event to the Premier this weekend. Although the stunt to take place over the Niagara Gorge is in the hands of the Niagara Parks Commission, Diodati, who is a big supporter of the event, figures it can't hurt to take the American Daredevils case right to the top when Premier Dalton McGuinty is in town for the Ontario Liberal Party's Provincial Council. Willenda appeared before the Parks Commission last Wednesday to plead his case and had these words to say to the crowd afterwards.
And as I said in there, this is my passion. This is what I love to do. This is my life. My great-grandfather said life is on the wire and everything else is just waiting. And it's true. That's life to us. You know, I feel alive. I feel at peace, believe it or not, when I'm on a wire. Solitude, and that's what I live for. So I'm carrying on a legacy and a history. My great-grandfather had, the family had over 14 world records at once. And again, I've got high standards to live up to, and what a better way to keep them than, you know, walking over Niagara Falls.
Technically, it is possible the Premier could overturn a non-favorable answer by the NPC, although that would be rare. The Riley Anzovino coroner's inquest is on hold for the second time as the family's new lawyer gets up to speed on the case. Anzovino's parents, Tim Anzovino and Denise Kennedy, talked yesterday about what they still need answered.
Unanswered questions that we needed asked. We have waited 22 months to get these questions, and we feel that we have remained quiet. We've tried to stay out of the public eye in hopes that this process would be honest, fair, open, transparent, and we would get all the questions. At the end of the day, we still were left, you know, with unanswered questions.
Anzovino's death occurred Boxing Day of 2009 after a car crash on the way to the Welland Hospital. One of the key components of the inquest being examined is what role, if any, the conversion of the emergency departments of Port Colborne General Hospital and Fort Erie's Douglas Memorial Hospital played in the final outcome. Our next story is courtesy of Niagara This Week. Tragic news is 34-year-old Eric Koopman of St. Catharines, an electrician who was critically injured in an accident at the General Motors plant on Glendale Friday afternoon, has died. Koopman was working to install overhead lighting inside a bucket on a scissor-type lift when he became trapped between the platform and a steel pipe. He was retrieved by firefighters with the jaws of life and taken to hospital with critical injuries. The Ministry of Labour was called in, and Ministry spokesperson William Lynn said the investigation is ongoing. The City of St. Catharines recently launched its annual Tree of Little Angels campaign. For the 14th year, 9 Christmas trees will be on display throughout the city, with ornaments each inscripted with information about children in need living in our community. I went down to the Russell Community Centre to speak with Acting Recreation Supervisor Carolyn Asklin to find out more about this worthwhile cause.
The concept behind the tree is there are little angels that are placed on the tree that depict names and ages of children in our community that need some assistance to have an enjoyable Christmas season. So we ask our participants to select an angel from the tree and buy an age-appropriate gift for that child. Once the campaign is over, we will collect all of our gifts and deliver them to community care, and they will disperse them to families in need in time for the holiday season.
For more information on the holiday campaign, you can email Carolyn at casklin@stcatharines.ca. Stay with us. We still have lots on the way, including video coverage of an amazing new dinner show, Jingle All the Way, and Bullet News is 1 year old. Stay with us.
Hello, my name is Albert Zappatelli, and I'd like to welcome you and your family to Zappi's Pizza and Pasta in the great city of Niagara Falls. Our goal is simple, to provide the freshest and tastiest homemade food the city has to offer. There we are. Nothing frozen, nothing processed. Just back to basics like my family taught me. Thank you and enjoy.
Welcome back. Bullet News is 1 year old. It was just a year ago that it was launched as an independent, Niagara-based and owned portal committed to aggressively reporting news and so much more. We've broken stories on everything from the health system to economic development. We've got columnists of all ages and from all walks of life. President Dave Martineau comments on the impressive progression of Bullet.
Dave, so why don't you tell me about how you feel about progress here at Bullet, given that it's just been a little over a year?
I think the progress has been astounding, quite frankly. 1 year at it, and we've got thousands and thousands of unique visitors covering the entire Niagara region, but extending as far as Toronto. In fact, actually, Toronto is our third largest center for readership for Bullet News Niagara. So the growth has been absolutely spectacular.
Check out Bullet's latest project, our video site, ikfadtv.com. The Fort Erie racetrack brings big bucks into the economy. The latest figures released by the Fort Erie Live Racing Consortium show it has a direct economic impact on the local economy of close to $25 million, and track officials estimate that number jumps to $180 million when indirect economic activity is added in. A financial report made public this week shows the racetrack spends more than $15 million on employees, bills and goods and services it purchases. Another $9 million is paid out through purses, which is the prize money awarded during racing season, which supports owners, trainers, jockeys, farmers, and feed suppliers. The track represents one of only 2 thoroughbred racetracks in Ontario. The O Canada A Dinner Show Theatre presents Jingle All the Way, their brand new musical comedy featuring over 30 holiday hits. I popped down to the theatre for a dress rehearsal and to get a little behind-the-scenes look at what's in store. I'm here in Niagara Falls at the O Canada A Dinner Theatre, where their latest production, Jingle All the Way, is going into dress rehearsal. I got a chance to sit down with some of the cast members to find out a little bit about behind the scenes and see what this holiday play is all about.
Well, what it is, it's 2 hours of, from our point of view, it's a little bit hectic because we're serving the tables and we're also in the show. So with 2 hours, you get fed and you get to be served by the people that are in the show. It's a lot of comedy, a lot of, especially after the main course is served, then we can relax a little bit, and that's where most of the highlights of the show happen in the second half.
Okay, so tell me a little bit about your involvement, Melissa. What do you do besides, it sounds like, serve food in between?
Well, actually, Craig and I we both wrote the show. So it's going to be like a cabaret style where it's mostly music, and then we have skits written in with comedy and bringing audience members involved, and so we'll be involved with them down below, serving them and bringing them on stage at certain points of the show.
It's very important to support the arts because it's people say it's a dying art form and that there's nothing good on TV, but if you come to a show particularly like Mel and I have written, it really isn't. You see that we are why theater is still around this place, and there's a lot of theaters that are catering to what they think people want to see and whatever, but we are actually going back to, we're really vaudeville based, yes. And that was around for quite some time. Cabaret, tried and true areas of theater that we kind of meld together in one little thing, and then we feed you, and then everybody leaves happy.
Cast members have been here for years and years and years because we get to do different shows and we get to be a part of the production and be able to write, and so that's a big honor to be able to write in where you work. And then we have some new people in the show, so we're excited. They're excited to put on a production.
They can either just come straight down to our box office at 8585 Lundy's Lane in Niagara Falls, but where you'll get most of the information is on our website, which is www.ohcanadaeh.com, and at the top you can click on shows and it'll have the whole calendar of show dates and matinees and sold out shows already. Book those tickets right now, please. The Saturdays go fast, so you're really good. The best seats are still in the middle of the week.
Go to ocanada.com for more information. And that concludes today's news. For your up-to-the-minute headlines, go to bulletnewsniagara.ca and our video site, ikfadtv.com. I'm Annie Sylvester. Have a wonderful evening.